Napoleon. Wait a minute. Tony's got to make his
Hold
magic
on.
change.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
bring my
button.
mouse up.
Push
This
the
one I had
button,
to do on the
Tony. Come
fly.
on, push it, tweak it. Whoa,
This
what? Huh?
this one I did on the fly.
There we go. Even Joaquin Phoenix is going, wow. All right, Tony, talk about Napoleon. Give us a description.
Well, it really needs no introduction. It is Ridley Scott's version of Napoleon Bonaparte and the events that basically saw him rise from a grunt into a general into something much greater by his
Into
own
a
design,
bigger
if you
grunt.
will.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
So, Janelle?
It was. I had higher expectations going into this movie than actually what was I felt was delivered. Um, it- I felt like the story is great. It's really hard to kind of screw up the French Revolution and everything that was going on right there. However, I feel like it Joaquin Phoenix to me was not a good Napoleon. He does not. He just didn't. It felt very British. It for a French film. It it didn't work as far as he went. I now the battle scenes. I think when they did try to capture his military genius, I think it was great. I think that, and if they would have maybe stuck with it, gone into some of those battle scenes a little bit longer, stayed with it, probably a little bit better. But it's so bounced between um this addictive love story and his politicalness. And I really wish they would have more stuck with the political side of it. I understand why, you introduce her and you have her because she's a very integral part of his story, but it felt just kind of too choppy going back and forth between those. But that's just my opinion.
I have to agree with you. Joaquin Phoenix, when he first started talking, I couldn't quite understand what he was saying. You're right. Joaquin Phoenix, I'm sorry. You're right. It was too British, It wasn't really French. Um, I had to sit back and laugh at a couple of the scenes because, like, is that how they did that back then? Okay, that was weird. Now I understand Josephine. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I was expecting higher expectations and it didn't reach it. For me, 3.5, maybe. Janelle,
Let's see what Tony has to say about it.
Tony.
So, like we said, battlefield sequences are fantastic. Some of the best on film, I would say, ever. I would like to see, there's a 4.5 hour director's cut. I'm sure those sequences are even better, more expansive. Um, eh, the narrative, it's compelling, but there's just not a whole lot there. It's very predictable, which I know I didn't know much about his life, but you kind of saw where things were rolling anyway. I got to shout out Vanessa Kirby, though. I thought she was fantastic and really the heart and soul of the film. Joaquin went for a different angle of Napoleon that maybe doesn't fit tonally. It's funny at sometimes, other times it's serious. Don't really know what we're expecting, but for Ridley Scott, I expected better. Maybe the 4.5 hour version will make things feel less rushed, obviously, with more, 2 hours extra of movie. But for me, it's a 3 out of 5.
Janelle.
Yeah, I gotta say the same. 3 out of 5. I was expecting more Gladiator, and it just didn't deliver as far as Ridley Scott went. And as far as Vanessa Kirby, I do agree that she's really great in it, but I'm getting really tired of her ice princess shtick in almost every movie we see. And I know she's good at it, and that's what she's physically built to look like, but it's just the stoic big eye. I don't blink. It's just it wears thin after a while.
There you go, folks. Napoleon in 3. Thank you so much for watching Morning Blend. Look out for us tomorrow morning. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Have a great weekend, St. Louis.